All right, we have the eave drip edge installed, nailed every 8 to 10 inches. We're gonna go ahead and apply the ice and water shield and cut it around the dormer. That way the tabs fold up the sidewall and end wall, and also cut it around that pipe. Pull a tab from the top or bottom, whatever works best for you. Just make sure you don't nail this plastic backer down. Line it up to where you want it to go. Always slightly overhang the ice and water. That way I could come back with a knife and use the edge of the roof as a guide. And it just gives you a nice, crisp, clean cut. Make sure that we're covering the full deck with either ice and water or underlayment. So I'll go ahead and put a fastener in here. Roll it out. And remember, you can use the drip edge as a reference line. You go to this line, preferably the lower part. I don't see a need in taking it all the way out. So what we're gonna do here is just kind of roll this out, get it in place where you want it, and I can feel where the dormer starts. And what I'm gonna do is make a cut going up and over. That way we have a tab to turn up. We have the ice and water in place. We have it lined up with the drip edge. So far, I've pulled the top piece of plastic. I've pulled that off and cut around the dormer. I made 2 cuts, one here, just at a 45. That way you leave enough to turn up not only the sidewall, but the end wall. I've done the same thing on the other side, turn that up, and then I did a rough cut around the pipe. And here in just a little bit, we're gonna have another piece of ice and water on there, a pipe boot, and then another piece of ice and water on top of that. So what I'm gonna do right now is trim off any excess ice and water that goes up the wall. This right here, I'll probably just leave it. I mean, more is better if you have room. A lot of the roofs we do will have siding or some metal on it. Sometimes you'll only be able to get up a couple inches, but that's better than none. So we definitely want to hone down on getting this ice and water ran up walls. Have the ice and water fastened. I'll probably put a couple more at the bottom here. What I'm gonna do is put on the eave drip edge on this small dormer. There's 2 ways to do this. One, you can use the roof pit with your square, and basically what you can do is come to the side of it. You have your pivot point right here at the corner. And then if you look down here, you see the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's your common side. And what you can do is whatever the roof pitch is, you can move your square to make it parallel with the pivot point. Say it was a 10-12, we would go ahead and mark the back side here and cut that off, and it would fit perfectly. Another way to do this, if you don't have a square, all you have is a straight edge, you can take your piece and you can dry fit it to where it butts. What you can do is you can take your square or a straight edge, any of the 2, and then just follow it with your pencil using your straight edge to guide it. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and look at this and to see if it is a 12-12, which it's very close. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, install it, and do the other side, and then we'll come back and do the ice and water in the valley, and then go ahead and cover the rest of the roof. We have the drip edge installed. I did a couple extra fasteners because it's a small piece. 8 to 10 inches wouldn't be too practical. We'd only have 2 nails in that. Definitely want to secure drip edge well. Did the other side as well. Anytime you do a valley, that ice and water should be a minimum of 3 foot wide. I did cut the piece of ice and water in half just to make it a little more practical, but this piece would be 3 foot. I would say go ahead and pull the back, and what you want to do is try to even out both sides and make sure that the edge of your 3 foot ice and water comes to the very far edge of your drip edge, because after we fasten this, we're gonna go ahead and cut a nice clean line against this drip edge and let the excess fold down. We have it nailed off. I made sure to push down in the valley to get rid of any excess here. Definitely wanna push down on underlayments and ice and water shield. I would say nail one side, push it in, and then nail the other side to get rid of the excess. And then we're gonna come down here, find out where the start of the drip edge is, and just do a nice clean cut right across there. And what'll happen, you'll have excess that comes down, and we'll just go ahead and cut this off, leaving a little bit, just like that, and just give that a little push down. don't see a need to fasten that. I think it's good to go. This is a high traffic area. Definitely want to hold off on fasteners. Definitely in the middle of the valley and at this high traffic area. And then I'm gonna come up to this top and just kind of look to where the other valley starts and cut that off. Take the excess, let it fold down. Put a couple fasteners across the top. We have the other side of the ice and water installed in the valley. Put a couple extra fasteners in the top, make sure this thing holds in place. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the backer off the ice and water. Do the same thing again. Even it up, center it out in your valley, but make sure that the corner of your ice and water comes down to the edge of the drip edge. So I'm gonna adjust this just a little bit, just to get it a little bit more centered. Push that in. What we'll do now, I'm gonna go ahead and fasten this, and we'll come back and we'll go ahead and cut this off and cut this bottom. We have the piece of ice and water in the valley nailed. Did a couple extras on here. I'm gonna do a few more fasteners after we get this cut. What you're gonna wanna do is find your center point and go ahead and cut this off. Let that fold down, and I'm gonna take this excess and cut that off, and we'll come down to the drip edge side. Just take your hand, you can feel the edge, go in right here, cut that off, and then cut off your excess again and lay that down.